sun will rise again, and there's only brighter days ahead. So when you've been betting red and it's been black all night, and you don't seem to see a break in the time, just hang on tight, the sun will rise again, and there's only brighter days ahead. And I know that it's coming, it's not far on the side. If you ride down the road, you see the light, and when you feel the glow, look your head up high. Just look out for that sign in the sky. Oh, when you've been working hard and you've been staying strong, but you still feel like
All right, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this episode of
Beyond the Doughnut.
We took the week off, and you know what we've been up to?
Well, we've been getting a lot of fresh air.
So we finally actually went grocery shopping.
I ain't catching corona.
And Garrett, you came up with 2 new ways to make sure that people are maintaining that social distance.
Yeah, you know, it's really important that you remain 6 feet apart to slow the spread of the virus. But we can't always control how close other people get to us. That was until I got a little creative. Now, the great part about these things is that these are just regular household items, right? Everybody has some form of this in their house. The first method we have is a little bit aggressive, right? But not the most aggressive. It's Axe body spray. To really get the most effect from this, the trick is to lock yourself in the bathroom and hold your breath for 20 seconds while you continually spray this on your entire body. Now, most people think that it makes you smell good, and some people might believe that, but it's actually a human repellent. People will naturally, the more you spray on, stay farther away from you.
Yes, I've seen the results, and it seems like this method is really effective. Now, if the smell isn't enough, you came up with this alternative way.
Yeah, these are called distance sticks. And so what they are is they extend the reach of my body to make sure that if I spin in a circle really fast, no one can come within 6 feet of me.
And as you can see, I have complete mobility of my hands.
Yeah, and if you feel inspired by this, go ahead and make your own distance sticks at home and send us a video. We can critique your form and kind of help you out to make sure those people are staying 6 feet away.
Okay, so for today's top story, now people and face masks is a big deal right now. Not only that, but we're seeing a lot of the grocery stores start to request that all their workers are wearing face masks. Now, people are actually getting so creative that we're seeing a rise come in people skinning feral cats. Now, they're using that cat skin as their face mask, but it also doubles for those people that can't grow a beard, that they're using the cat fur as their face mask, but also to kind of get furry on the face.
Oh, killing 2 birds with 1 stone.
No, killing 2 cats.
Ah, of course.
Now, what we want to watch out for is a heightened increase of missing cat signs in our neighborhoods, and then also as we see people start to go into the grocery stores with those cat skins on their face, we know that there's a feral cat that has gone missing.
All right, now with that story wrapped up, why don't we take it to our favorite segment?
Yeah, our time with Ryler.
Hello. I made this art piece for Art Time with Ryler. So it's basically just a bunch of lines that are different shapes and sizes, just like everyone in the world. That's what this painting means. Nobody is exactly the same, not even parallel twins. Might be some things that's different than them. And basically all you have to do is just take a paintbrush and stroke up and down, and then that's pretty much it. Thanks for tuning in. Stay safe, San Diego. Bye.
Thank you, Ryler, so much for that fun art time report.
Thanks, Rye.
Yeah. Right into our next segment, which is called Agree to disagree. On social media these days, we've been seeing a lot of people pop up calling their animals their children.
It's been prevalent.
Some people refer to their dog as their son, maybe their cat as their daughter. And what I think is we need to start really understanding this community and being sensitive to this issue that possibly these dogs would prefer to go by a child's name. And maybe we should start referring to these animals as children as we're going through some of our tutoring schedule, as we're going into a little bit of our resources to help that homeschooling community. I think we should include those animals as well.
See, I couldn't disagree more. I've done some research on this, and pretty much it's been unanimous that dogs are not people, and that people are not dogs.
Now, I think we're being a little bit insensitive to the person who would post, "Oh, I'm just taking my son for a walk," and then they're like a picture of them walking their dog. That they really do feel like that is a child to them, and we need to understand that to them that is a child.
Well, see, the thing is, though, the Merriam-Webster Dictionary defines a child as a son or daughter of human parents.
Having a pet is just like having a child, with those same responsibilities, the same amount of time that you have to give to nurture that mammal.
Yeah, see, the problem with that is that I could leave a dog or cat outside, and most likely they'd be totally fine. If I did that with my son, I'd be arrested.
Now, I can see where you're coming with that, but I think when we're referring to this large scope of mammals, we can just call this segment our legged friends. So whenever we're doing stuff on homeschooling, dog parenting, any of that, we just call it the legged friends. We're going to go to our friend Randy up in Mendocino County. Now, he's a trainer living with his friends and his children up there.
This is Randall reporting to you live from Mendocino, the place where the beaches are always wet, moist. A place where the waves are always crashing upon the shoreline. Over the course of the next few weeks, I'm going to be exploring Mendocino under these times of quarantine and social distancing. And I'm going to get you in touch with the beauty that surrounds us on this wonderful art farm. And when I say we, I am also here with a collective of individuals. You'll get to know them on your own time. But right now, it is important that I establish with you, the viewer, what exactly it is I do. I am a scientist of the thing that comes before the thing. This has brought me to the career of dog training. So while I also explore Mendocino and show you what is around us, what's happening, share with you my views on those things, I will also give you the deets, the DL on the dog, Sitch. How their psychology works and how it's not so different from ours. Stay tuned.
Thanks for your insights, Randy. We really appreciate it.
Now, when Randy was referring to his dogs, I can just substitute that and I can think of those dogs as children.
Now, see, the problem with that is that Randy's 9 dogs have collectively 36 legs, whereas if they were 9 children, they'd only have 18 legs.
I think that this is going to be an ongoing issue, but right now we're going to hear from someone who does have 2 children who's going to give us some really good tips for homeschooling.
Hey guys, thanks for reaching out to me about what to do in these crazy times with homeschooling. As you know, we have been homeschooling since August. We've spent the year away from our permanent home in the East Bay. We went to a surf town, a city, and a ski town, and now we're back in Oceanside, our surf town. We've had a lot of fun with our 4th grade and 7th grade boys, And we'd love to share just 3 ideas with you for what to do if you have a TK through 8th grader in your home and suddenly you're doing learning at home. So first and foremost, don't freak out. Your kids will still get to college if that's your goal. Their chances of getting into a great school are not jeopardized. They will still have strong careers. They will still be great citizens in our society, even if they and the rest of the country have a challenging time with the next couple of weeks of learning. I think all the teachers know that. The teachers have their own kids that are in the same boat, and we're all in this together. So don't freak out about whether or not they're getting the right amount of learning. Which brings me to my second piece of advice, which is just keep their brains going, keep the wheels spinning. So especially when it comes to reading and writing and math, I'd say keep those as first and foremost, and have a couple of routines that they do each day that keep that brain functioning going. So for reading, maybe they're reading their own books, maybe they're reading to you, maybe you're reading to them, something that is just getting them enjoying the printed word and interacting with it. For writing, they might be able to do journal writing. Maybe they grab a pencil and paper, maybe they have a notebook, or maybe they can even type something online if they haven't done that already, to help them get thoughts onto the paper, getting it from their brain, out their hands, or hand into the pencil or into the computer, and translating those thoughts into a printed word is a really powerful exercise. And any practice with that can be done on a daily basis is going to continue to help keep those neurons firing and keep those brains working. And then for math, I'd strongly recommend making sure that your children, if they're TK through 3rd grade, that they're developing their automaticity with math facts. So if you have flashcards or you play some sort of a game where you're just calling out, 5 plus 2 or 49 divided by 7, etc., and they can give you some answers. The mental math is extremely stimulating. You can also go online. You can download some worksheets if your teachers haven't supplied them already via online curriculum. And for upper elementary and middle school students, Khan Academy is extremely useful, very, very valuable. My last piece of advice is have a schedule every day that works for your family. So some families have both parents or one parent working from home. Some families only have one parent and can't give a lot of attention to the kids during the day. So talk the night before or the morning of, and write down how it's going to work for everybody. When are going to be the meal times? Who's involved with preparing the meals, cleaning up the meals? Who's helping with the dishes? Who's helping with the laundry? Who's helping with any general upkeep of the house that needs to happen? When will working or learning be happening in which places? Who'll be involved in how? When is it time for play? When is it time for exercise? And talking about just what works for everybody for that day in the family. It's really powerful to have that speaking and listening experience as a family, to get to know each other more, get to know more about how each other works, how each other thinks, and what each other needs. And it's incredibly validating and affirming to children to know that their needs and their wishes have been heard, and that they will feel safer and more secure with you. And you'll probably end up having a lot more sanity in your day if you know that it's going according to somewhat of a plan that you can adjust on the fly as needed, but it'll feel a little bit less chaotic. I have more tips and suggestions at alwaysmakingmemories.com. That's my website where you can learn a lot about how homeschooling has gone for us since our foray into it in August until now. And would love to hear from you. If you have any questions or comments, would love to reach out. Thanks, guys. Hope you have a great day and stay well.
Thank you, Carolyn. That was great. Now, Matt, do you really think that her tips could go hand in hand with dogs and cats?
Now, I really think we could apply both, like a teeter-totter, Children on one side, dogs on the other. We combine our resources so that human or canine is receiving the best instruction from Beyond the Doughnut.
Well, I think to move on with the show, we're just going to have to
agree to disagree. Now, during our first 15 episodes, we met a lot of incredible people who had some really cool stories. So we want to keep that part of the show by doing a community spotlight here on Beyond the Doughnut. Now, for our first community spotlight, we're going to introduce you to our friend Erin Holmes.
Hi, Matthew and Garrett. Thank you for inviting me to your show. Well, I watched your latest show and I totally loved it. I think that everything that you guys are doing is very informative and well-rounded, so I like that.
Something important to know about Erin is that about 10 years ago she was in a really bad car accident and it took her 4 to 5 years to heal, and she found the best way to do that was through holistic practices.
I learned so much along the way about the body and healing holistically because I was just thrown pill after pill after pill, and I had a lot of big injuries and I had to have surgery and I had to learn how to walk upright again and let alone dance, which I'm going to talk about later. Just being like a regular normal human being and being able to do laundry and the dishes and all that stuff. So it took a really long time to heal. I learned a lot.
Erin's dad was a veteran, and after he passed away, she started iJourney to create a holistic healing platform for veterans in her community.
I started a nonprofit called iJourney, and it's an 8-week wellness program that helps reduce pain and suffering through yoga, nutrition, meditation, and different holistic healing modalities that you can do at home. They would meet up with me, military veterans, at the Mental Health Oceanside VA. They would graduate. You have to do 6 out of 8 classes to graduate, and then they would come into iJourney, the nonprofit side, the extension program.
Are then offered free yoga classes. Sometimes she even hosts these at her friend's farm.
And we continue to do all sorts of fun events at my friend's farm with farm yoga and weekly free yoga for all the veterans that have graduated.
So mind, body, and soul are a big part of that practice.
Absolutely, that's what it sounds like.
What I practice and preach is linking the mind, body, and the soul together, because I feel like you can definitely leave one side out and it's not, you gotta get the trifecta, you know what I mean? You gotta have the party, you gotta have the VIP party, that 3.
Yeah, and so Erin, prior to the coronavirus, she wasn't too savvy with social media. It just wasn't really her thing.
It's mandatory now and I embrace it, and because of the coronavirus and all this stuff that's COVID, that's going on, this is actually saving us, saving the yoga teachers, saving the community out there. This is a way that we still get to practice. We still get to make an income. We get to reach a much bigger audience than having someone at a studio. So it's just kind of blowing my mind. I am practicing with my cousins and my besties, and they're in different states, and it's interactive and it's live. And there's a couple different platforms and we've been using. I work for a few different studios and they're all doing it a little differently and they're all killing it.
Now, Erin is an expert when it comes to the power of food. She had a raw snack shack at one point, and now she is a chef with 8 other females in a group called Sessions Catering.
It's a crew of 8 female chefs, me being one of them. And they're amazing for many reasons because they're super funny and cool and awesome. But our sales have gone up 30% in the last couple weeks, and we're already always busy. This is food made fresh and Sessions Catering. So we had to get our supplies from 5 different places last week, one day. I mean, like, come on, it's crazy. It's crazy right now. And all we can do is continue to work together in everything that we're doing out there, right?
Now, Erin loves music, and she's going to tell us a little bit about her own group called Click Click Boom.
We have a band called CKB, Click Click Boom, because we tap and sing. And we're electro pop, and we're fun and funky, and if you want to have a dance party in your house, put that on. There's one explicit song, so make sure you don't let the children see that, okay? But it's fun, and our first single is called Tap That, because we love to tap, and there's so many things that you can tap in the world. Anywho, thank you so much for inviting me to your show. I think it's super magical. I hope I didn't talk too much, but I love my community and I love helping out, and I love my veterans, I love my yoga, I love my people, I love my dance, songs, everything. Have a fantastic day. Take it easy. See you next time. Bye.
Thank you, Aaron, for your efforts not only with the community in providing holistic healing to veterans, but thank you also for the work that you're doing to inspire us to watch our diets and to use them in healthy ways.
Thanks, everybody, for tuning in again. Before we take it out with our musical guest, we want to let you know that we are doing Tune Out Tuesday this week. So check in with us on Tuesday. We're going to be doing the exercises with you guys on screen while the experts lead it for us.
Yeah, we want you to come prepared to not only tune out when it comes to meditating vibes, but we're also going to do some workout vibes too. So wear your yoga clothes, participate with us. It's going to be an hour of content to burn an hour of your time in a really cool, healthy manner. All right, so we're going to take it out with a friend of mine, Anne Celine, 24 years old, half Belgium, half Taiwanese, currently living in Belgium, and that's where she graduated the Royal Conservatory of Brussels. She got a master's degree in classical flute. She loves music and she loves creating videos, so she combined her friends' talents, her own talents, and made this awesome video of her playing the flute. So enjoy this video from Anne, and then we'll take it out with Chef Boogie Grow. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Beyond the Doughnut.
Here we are again, Mount Corazon, with another spoken soul poetry. I call it Skateboard. Skateboard, how I do adore. Grinding on the streets, the tremble felt through my feet. Kicking and rolling, always exploring. 4 wheels in a deck, 2 trucks, what the heck. Twisting and turning, as I rollin' I'm swerving. Grip tape, so the board may not escape. Roads are rough, skate parks are enough. Bombing hills, as I reap the thrills. After legs get sore, I stretch so I may skate some more. To be free, skating is inside me. At 8, I chose to skate. Tripped on a rock, front tooth came unlocked. The pain, it hurt. That's skate life for what it's worth. Sprained my wrist as the bowl gave my board a lift. I still skate around, listening to the wheels make their own sound. Crushing through streets and halves. More skate parks I need to have. Knee pads and wrist guards allow me to skate at large. True passion inside, clinging to my board as I ride. The smiles children have for skating keeps them glad. If one can skate on their own, a skateboard in hand since the day they were born. Yearn to hit ramps, learn from skate camps. Kick flips are out of sight, air rips are tight. Waxing up curves as a skater grinds and swerves. This sport's such a new sensation. I hope you all were paying attention. Thank you.